Ladies and gentlemen, it's top of the hour, and of course my good name is Sky Kakwe, straight out of Kenya Online Media. Now join me as we look at what went down today and what were the highlights of the day. Andrew Kibe has expressed his regrets in accepting to be hosted by Mungai Eve, stating that she has lost vision and determination.
I thought this guy is done. Now Mungai Eve is going to fly by herself. Wrong was I. All these bitches only want to sell diabs. Your bitch doesn't want to work. She doesn't want to wake up, do interviews. She doesn't want to do this. All she wants to do is sell diabs. All these women want to sell diabs.
Heavy floods continue to hit the country and especially Nairobi as people and goods perish.
Ona ukibebwa. Ona ujinga. Guy. Asi nimewaambia. Si nimekwambia. Kasia, ona gai. Na umeambiwa tu saa hii usiende. Gai.
Nigeria, through the FCCPC, has shut down a Chinese supermarket in Abuja over racism controversy.
Nigeria, you can't actually walk in there to get something. Reason being, I don't know, they don't have a reason. They haven't even actually given us the reason. But we had a soldiers have been trying to make that rule.
For Nigerians to go back in.
Yeah, and apparently they say that Nigerians walking in there, so that if we go inside to get something, it might affect the Nigerians that are walking inside. You get, so we are not allowed to go inside. And Nigerian people that are the security in the state, so we don't want to.
Well, ride along with me as we dig deeper into these stories.
I did an interview with Mungai Eve, and hello, this is Eve. Is it Mungai Eve or Mungai? Yes, it's Mungai Eve. So I did an interview with Mungai Eve the other day, and I was thinking she was back. I was thinking this chick is going to come and give us videos upon videos upon videos. Now she's back, and she's dumped the guy who was holding her back. I thought this guy is done. Now Mungai Eve is going to fly by herself. Wrong was I. All these bitches only want to sell diabs. Your bitch doesn't want to work. She doesn't want to wake up, do interviews. She doesn't want to do this. All she wants to do is sell diabs. All these women want to sell diabs.
Barely 2 months later, after Mungai Eve made a comeback on YouTube, the legendary Andrew Kibe today has expressed his disappointments and regrets for accepting to be the first guest on Mungai Eve Media. We all know what transpired that led and pushed Mungai Eve to actually open a solo YouTube channel after director Trevor made it clear that her services were no longer required in the new Kenya Online Media. Now today, Andrew Kibe has expressed his disappointment, saying that he actually saw determination in Mungai Eve, that she had visions and she thought that she was going to use Mungai Eve Media to change the narrative, that she was actually going to drop videos after videos, do interviews after interviews. But to his disappointments, and I quote, Mungai Eve is selling diabs.
Your bitch doesn't want to work. She doesn't want to wake up, do interviews. She doesn't want to do this. All she wants to do is sell diabs. All these women want to sell diabs.
Now, Andrew Kibe was the first guest, and according to people, whoever was advising Mungai Eve was actually doing it right, because people always knew that Andrew Kibe and director Trevor were not the best of friends, and actually having Andrew Kibe as her first guest was a bold and very smart move. Now, it was the talk of town as the first interview garnered her a total number of 100,000 subscribers in just 5 days. And the interview they did with Andrew Kibe now has a total of over 700,000 views. Now, having Andrew Kibe as the first guest was a pace setter for Mungai Eve. Now, this is something that Andrew Kibe is not accepting and says that he wish he knew, because he thought that it was going to be the first step of very, very many interviews, only to be seeing Mungai Eve in, and I quote again, selling diabs. We have all seen Mungai Eve globe-trotting. She has been to South Africa where she enjoyed a cruise ship, and after that, she went to Dubai where she celebrated her birthday, and it was all vibes on vibes as we saw her having the time of her life. Now, this is something that is not sitting right with Andrew Kibe, because yet in another podcast, Andrew Kibe was asked if Mungai Eve can survive without Director Trevor, because we also in Nini podcast how most people were saying that Director Trevor is a smart guy, he knows the business, and he is a walking master class. But according to Andrew Kibe, he says Director Trevor has to put in the work, kabisa. He has to put in the work because unlike Mungai Eve, who is a woman, and in this society, in this Kenya, and even the world in general, females are held highly, and they have, better chances at making it in life just because they are women. And he says that Director Trevor cannot sell diabs, that he has no option B's, and all he has to do is put in the work like he has been doing on Kenya Online Media. Now, according to Andrew Kibe, Mungai Eve has options, and that's why she doesn't have to work daily. She doesn't have to post videos on a daily, or do interviews on a daily and post on her YouTube platform. Now, what do you think about that is Andrew Kibe's perception about Mungai Eve? Let us discuss on the comment section.
I have a question. Do you think Mungai Eve will survive without that Trevor guy? Because that Trevor guy seems very smart. Like, I watched him on Nini, and he was talking about you and how he was talking what we're talking about right now. He was just saying content creation and the aspects of how you should do it. So, do you think that chick can survive without this guy?
When all else fails, this chick can sell her diabs. So there are no diabs Trevor can sell. So the person who needs to work hard here is Trevor. Trevor needs to go and work. This chick can sell diabs like this.
He has no plan B.
Bro, a chick can turn into a whole quick fast. So her survival is almost assured. And then, we have a very, I don't know whether that's the word, femme-centric kind of marketing environment in Kenya.
Yeah.
So women are always going to win.
Especially now.
Yeah, women are always going to win. You'll struggle here with this podcast of yours. Nobody will give you any attention. No matter who you mention, they will never give you attention. But this bitch can walk into a corporate and come out with it again. That's why I cannot have to dress like women.
In other news,
wewe na ukibebwa ona ujinga guy, asi nimewaambia, si nimekwambia Kasia, ona guy, na umeambiwa tu saa hii usiende guy, pikipiki yake imeenda hivyo, na si umeambiwa usiende, mwambia wachana kuenda, mwambia msiende. Ona vile mtangalikiyo.
heavy rains have unleashed havoc in Nairobi and its environments, leaving a trail of destruction, loss of life, and widespread displacement. The heavy floods, which have been going on for over a week now, has overwhelmed streets, submerged homes, and disrupted vital infrastructure, subjecting the Nairobi region into chaos. Among the most severely affected areas are Githurai, Athi River, Mathare, Kasarani, just to mention a few, where houses have been submerged, forcing residents to seek refuge on rooftops as flood waters continue to rise. A video went viral of philanthropist and comedian Eric Omondi rescuing Kenyans stuck and stranded on rooftops with nowhere else to go. Roads have turned into rivers, stranding motorists and causing massive traffic jams across the city. The other day, a video of Diana Bahati complaining of traffic in Thika Road went viral as vehicles were stuck in traffic for hours.
Ani leo ni kama nimekuja kwa traffic kusimama kusalimia watu. I am reporting live and direct. Guys, we've been in traffic for the past 1 hour. Sahi ni 8:58. From I think 7 what? From I think 7. 7:50 something. 7:50 something thereabout. Imagine wase mvua ya jana imecause so much traffic. Nasikia Thika Road imeshika hadi Juja. So it is crazy. Guys, let me show you the situation. So this is the situation.
Rivers like Athi River, Tana River, among others, have burst their banks, overwhelming nearby communities and worsening the situation. Tragically, the floods have claimed several lives, with reports of casualties rising, with the most recent being in Tana River, where scores perished as their boat capsized in an attempt to cross the river. In some instances, individuals have been swept away by the fast-flowing waters, adding to the sense of despair gripping the region. The impact of the floods has extended to critical infrastructure, with bridges submerged and impassable, citing Ruaka Bypass and Kitengela Bridge as good examples. At the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, the situation has escalated as flood waters breached the premises, flooding the cold room and causing extensive damage to goods awaiting transport. Flowers were destroyed, as well as property worth a fortune. Transport operations were altered as Terminal 1C roof leaked, letting in water affecting the computers, machines, screens, and airport documents. A bus could be seen submerged in what seemed to be airport parking, and Larry Madowo has continued to champion for better airport infrastructure in the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. Amidst the devastation, questions are being raised about the preparedness and response of government authorities, including Nairobi Governor Sakaja, who has faced major scrutiny. Concerns have been voiced regarding the adequacy of drainage systems and the efficacy of disaster management protocols in mitigating the impact of such calamities now and in the near future. With the rains showing no signs of abating, the coming days remain filled with uncertainty for the people of Nairobi and the country at large. Resilience of Kenyans has been put to test as they rebuild their lives amidst the wreckage left in the wake of floods.
Tiki transport asudi usipiti hapa.
In other news, in a move that underscores growing concerns about racism and discrimination in Nigeria, a Chinese supermarket located in Abuja has been shut down by the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, better known as FCCPC, over alleged discriminatory practices against Nigerians.
Nigerian, you can't actually walk in there to get something. Reason being, I don't know, they don't have a reason. They haven't even actually given us the reason. But we have been trying to make that rule.
For Nigerians to go back in.
Yeah, and apparently they say that Nigerians walking in there, so that if we go inside to get something, it might affect the Nigerians that are walking inside. You get it? So we are not allowed to go inside. And so Nigerian people that are the security in the estate, so we will not want to.
Now, the incident came to light when several Nigerian shoppers attempted to enter the supermarket for their regular purchases, only to be stopped at the entrance and informed that only individuals of Chinese nationality were allowed to shop inside. This blatant act of discrimination sparked outrage among the local community, leading to swift action from regulatory authorities. The FCCPC, acting swiftly in response to the complaints, ordered the immediate closure of the supermarket pending further investigation. Adamu Abdullahi, the acting CEO of FCCPC, addressed the media to shed light on the situation.
That's against the law in Nigeria. You don't sell products not in Naira. Everything you sell in Nigeria should be in Nigerian currency. And then issue of discrimination, that they only allow Chinese into the supermarket, has been confirmed. We have now instructed that she must put up a notice in front of that shop that says everybody can go into the supermarket and shop. And also the issue of the yen and the display of prices, we're discussing with her to put things right. At the same time, we're also discussing sanctions, of course, because a wrong has been done and bad behavior leads to consequences. So we'll look at our law and find out what these consequences are and apply to the full wrath of the law.
One of the primary issues highlighted during the investigation was the labeling of products within the supermarkets. It was discovered that all products were labeled in Chinese currency, that is the Chinese yuan, instead of the Nigerian naira, further exacerbating the sense of exclusion felt by Nigerians. This incident sheds light on a broader issue of racism and discrimination faced by Africans, particularly in their interactions with Chinese nationals. Reports of discriminatory treatment against Africans by Chinese businesses have been documented over the years, with incidents ranging from refusal of service to segregated facilities. Moreover, social media platforms have been instrumental in exposing instances of racism and discrimination perpetuated by some Chinese individuals towards Africans. Several videos and posts have surfaced online showcasing derogatory remarks, racial slurs, and discriminatory actions targeting Africans. The closure of the Chinese supermarket serves as a significant step towards addressing these systematic issues and promoting inclusivity and equality in Nigeria. The FCCPC has assured the public that a thorough investigation will be conducted and appropriate measures will be taken to ensure that such discriminatory practices are eradicated from the country's business landscape. As the global community continues to grapple within the challenges of racism and discrimination, incidents like these serve as a stark reminder of the ongoing struggle for equality and respect for all individuals, regardless of their race or nationality.
That Chamber of Commerce is that place considered Chinese government territory? Does it have the same status as an embassy?
In fact, it's even a rented place. It's owned by a Chinese businessman, quite all right, and it has a housing estate along with it. The housing estate has both Nigerians and Chinese in it. So the argument that they were having or giving as of yesterday was that the supermarket is solely for the use of the people that are in the housing estate. But we have found out differently, because They prevent people from the other estate in as much as you are not a Chinese person from entering the supermarket also. And we have investigated that and we have found out they are indulging that practice.
Well, that's all for today's highlights. Join me same time, same place, even for more highlights. Also, don't forget to visit our website at www.kom.co.ke for more news. Reporting for Kenya Online Media, my good name is Sky Kakwe.